The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 22nd day of July, 2022. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House One Communications and Lindos. I'm Jamal Hartman. She's Sherry Vanderpool, and Leanna Lambert will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sherry, dare I say, welcome to Bermuda, and how are you?
I'm hot. I am
hot.
hot.
Yeah, like hot as in temperature, or hot as in a long night of drinking?
Oh, it's probably both of them, Jamal. But I said, on my WhatsApp status, I said, you're in Bermuda when you're on shower number 2 in less than 24 hours.
Yeah. It's not easy out in these streets. It's not easy out in these streets, folks. Seriously. Yeah. You saw me sweating last night. I mean, it's pumping through my linen shirt, bro. I sweat. Look, I don't like to sweat unless I'm working out, folks.
Exactly.
Honestly, and I sweat easily.
I finally got to lay hands on Jamal. It was the highlight of my evening. I laid hands on him.
Yeah.
Jamal, it was nice to finally meet you in person.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it was nice meeting you too, Sherry, in person. Look, that part I forgot off the script. I didn't remember that. But since we're talking about we finally met, right? Can you just let the audience know that, and I'm gonna call her out. Leanna was the only person that didn't show up, right? Because she needed to, because I need to give her something. I'm gonna give her some spanks when she comes on later. But not last night is proof that Leanna stood on a box to stand next to me in our pictures, folks. All right, like I'm gonna give her got Sherry thinking I'm short. I am the tallest on the team if you don't include Sherry and Phil.
No, you're really pushing the limit, Jamal. So Jamal is slightly taller than me, but if we want to include my bun, then I am very much way taller than he is. But so it was interesting. We meet, and the first thing, let's see how tall. It was hilarious. I did,
Sherry?
I did, and I have pictures.
And I hugged her back. I hugged her back.
Yes, and Maya gave me a hug too. She gave me Maya, and because Maya's like, I'm not the huggy person.
Tanya Cheeseman says, "Is he really short?"
He is. We are about the same height.
So if I'm short, she's short, and I don't want to hear none of that stuff. Oh, well, he's tall for a lady or a woman or no, folks. I am average height. All right. That's all. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
I don't know if it's average, but nevertheless.
Phil said you didn't say that last night, Sherry. I know it's something up, but thank you, Phil. Good morning, Auntie Karen.
What you talking about?
Auntie Karen, we saw Auntie Karen last night at the meet and greet. Oh my goodness, had on her St. George's colors, and folks, Sancha had on St. George's blue.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
The pictures will be shared on social media. Well, it's upside down, so nobody can read that anyway.
It doesn't matter. It's the colors.
It's still, yeah. Nobody cares. Look, Sherry got a new towel to use as toilet paper. That's what she's sharing off. Good morning to you, Rashida. Michelle White says, and again, nice to meet you last evening as well, Michelle. She said, I'm so glad that the height issues have been solved. It was a great evening. So happy to meet you all. It was a pleasure meeting you. Sandcat played. I don't know what you're talking about. I agree. I am average height. Hadley and Stevenson's one. Oh, my dear, it was so nice meeting you as well, Sister Hadleen.
Let me tell you about Helene. If you was, she will have your alibi on anything. So her comment cannot be
I think this
trusted.
is the most unbiased comment, actually. This is not a bias. This is just facts. She's speaking truth. Average height, and I agree with you. And there we go. There we go. Michelle White, another witness, calling her before the courts. She says Jamel has it. Sherry is shorter by a pinch. I'm
A
just,
pinch.
I'm just saying. And Shanette Bell says, I saw a pic and she def had on St. George's. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Jeanette.
Sandra
But
had
she had shoes that were red.
no. She had shoes that had a bit of red in them. Thank you.
But it had red.
But nobody
So
saw
it
the
doesn't matter.
shoes. They saw the St. George's blue. But anyway, folks, let's move on. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today. We're welcoming Mr. Cup Match, Janeiro Tucker, to the show. We've had the Somerset president and now the man who
Mr. Cup Match.
pretty much ruined St. George's and went into retirement, left his team in good hands, and now they tell me, according to the president, has upped their coaching. So no wonder nothing's changed. So yeah, we'll have him on, and hopefully he'll have some sympathy for us.
I'm glad you knew it.
Yeah, we need sympathy right now. Daily Play is more Cup Match trivia, folks. So I'll just say there's a hint in that. But before we bring on Gennaro, we actually I'm not under 5'4". Let's leave that alone.
No, okay.
We're not anywhere.
We're
near.
doing too much, Sam Caplace. I'm not going to do that too.
We're not down there. We're not down there. But let's talk about obviously there's always something in the world, right? We were discussing it last night amongst friends, and I think Sancha was on her phone and says, "Oh no." I mean, she didn't say it like that, folks, but she let us know there was Bermuda recorded its first case of monkeypox, and I'm just on the Royal Gazette said Bermuda's first case of monkeypox was revealed this evening by health officials with an unidentified patient said to be in isolation. The Ministry of Health is investigating potential close contacts and will notify anyone who may have been exposed, the spokesperson said. The virus, which causes flu-like illness and a rash, has been spread in a string of communities outside of Africa since a cluster of infections was identified in Britain in early May. Now, obviously, Leanna will probably have more in her news break, but the question of the morning, look, we're heading into a prime period where people are going to be around each other, whether it's on the water, whether it's at cup match, camping. This is a time when people are around each other. We're still dealing with it, but we went through a serious pandemic of shutdowns and isolation over the last 2 years. The simple question this morning is, what are your thoughts on Bermuda recording its first case of monkeypox? What are your thoughts? How does it make you feel? Have you learned lessons from the COVID pandemic where you're prepared to say, you know what, I'm just going to isolate myself. I don't need government to do it. Or are you saying, look, I built my immune system up. This is how we just have to live. We can't live in isolation. What are your thoughts? How are you prepared to respond? How should the government respond to monkeypox?
You know, Jamal, it's just, I'm over it. I'm just over it all. It's like you said, we just came through a pandemic, still kind of going through a pandemic. And now we're entering into another situation that can be very deadly for some and just highly contagious. I just think we just have to all be aware of our surroundings, be very conscious of what we're doing, continue to wash your hands and do all the things that have been outlined for you. Wearing your mask and so forth. It's just being hyper vigilant. I don't think necessarily government needs to, at this point, put anything in place. It sounds like they already have something in place for the one case at this point. No, we don't want it to get to even 5 or so forth, that we have to put something major. So it's going to take for everyone to govern themselves accordingly. However, history has already indicated that has been somewhat of an issue. However, I think because we know what can be put in place, that because we know that, we would hope that we don't want to be put in that position. So
Mm.
it's going to take for us to govern ourselves accordingly because we already know what can be put on the table.
Yeah, and I get your comments because you slid it in, and I'll just be more direct than Sherry. That's just who I am. But some adults just don't know how to adult well, right? We
Yeah,
don't know how to be responsible. And I always say, I don't believe in government interference. I don't believe government should be making laws and policies to tell us we can't leave our house. Like that to me
right,
is overkill. However, we give governments the opportunity to do that when we're not responsible. We don't take
right,
any accountability for our actions. I don't want a government saying that we can't go outside, we can't enjoy our lives, we can't move about freely because of a virus or disease that's floating around, contagious or not. I think that, look, if you know that there's something highly contagious out there, as Sam Cat Play says, look, no more hugs, Sherry, right? And the usual immune system just keep it up. And I think
yeah,
there were lessons from the COVID pandemic, to be a bit healthier, right? To try to live healthier, try to live a more responsible life as it pertains to, like, if you're going out. Sherry, you mentioned, right, and I can't say the same for my flight. You mentioned just last evening that on your flight to Bermuda yesterday, there was hardly. Was it the flight or the airport? You're saying hardly anyone with mask on, for instance.
oh, airport and flight.
Mm.
Airport and flight. I feel like the minute that we were able to have that option, people definitely took it. And it's interesting that everyone's kind of looking at each other,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
But as we landed Bermuda, where you have an announcement where they indicate that you have to have it on the airport in Bermuda.
Mm.
However, on the airplane, you're free to do whatever you want. And it just
Mm.
makes me cringe of the recycled air and just the
Mm.
closeness, all of that. Just,
Yeah.
I'm like, put on your mask.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. And I don't like telling other people what to do, but I just feel like as a voice in the community, I have to do what I preach to others. You have to inspire what you want to become, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Bermuda recording its first case of monkeypox? That is the question. How do you think that the community should react? Should the government react? Traveling Trotty says, take self precautions, keep circles small, say a prayer, and keep coming. Say a prayer. Well, keeping circles small during this time of year is pretty hard.
Very hard, especially when we're coming up on one of the biggest holidays on this island and when the main um, thing to do is to be with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a huge family picnic. Everyone has huge family camps up at Cobb Match. Everybody's happy to see each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's very hard to try to keep your circle small, but I feel like if everyone again governs themselves accordingly and kind of has that internal like, hey cousin,
Mm-hmm.
hey, put your hand up and all of those kind of things, then
Yeah.
I don't know, Jamal.
Well, I think what Michelle White says, I understand monkeypox is spread by bodily fluids, not like COVID, which is like, again, COVID, you could be standing in the same room and just the air, right? Now, that's a plus. It's more personal, therefore, each person must be aware of their personal contact, no government intervention unless epidemic. No, I say this much, like, yeah, folks, I'm easy. I don't hug people like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Sherry stole a hug last night, but that's neither here or there at this point. But again, it's easier with this one. And again, we learn from previous experiences, or at least we should, right?
Mm-hmm.
It should be easier. I think that's the point of it. Karen
Yeah.
Simmons says, we should have learned from there we go. We should have learned from the pandemic, and if not, we suffer the consequences. I echo what others have stated. Sam Cat Play says, I'll say it again and louder. Miss that party if you're sick.
This is it. Like if you see, a lesion on your arm or something and you're not sure what it is, don't go around anybody. If you're not well and don't feel yourself and you haven't gotten a test to indicate that you're COVID free and it could be something else,
Mm-hmm.
stay away.
Mm.
There's so many things that you can do. As I say, govern yourself accordingly.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you
you
think that's a
just
hard ask though, Sherry? Like, do you again? going back to what I said earlier, and you kind of touched on, is we're asking adults who just don't adult well. Like let's just be honest. As a community, we probably don't adult well during this time of year.
Right.
We often speak about cotton matches, about the historical aspect, the friendly societies. We now, we have Emancipation Day. We now have Mary Prince Day. Like, we talk about all that, but in truth, people get drunk and party, right?
Right.
So do we trust our peers to be responsible enough not to do the very things that would cause the government to get involved?
History has shown that I can't trust that the people are going to do what they're supposed to do. Myself, as an example, as you can hear, I probably sound a little congested, correct? Well, prior to coming on this trip, I felt this way, and I was just like, let me take an antigen test. And I was like, okay, let me take a PCR. And I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, Jamal, because ideally I probably could have gotten on the flight anyway and took a COVID test when I landed. But I wanted to govern myself and those around me and be protective of that, right? So I did what I needed to do, although the outcome was very scary, because I'm like, if I test positive, I'm not going to be able to get on this flight. So it's those kind of things, as being conscious. Just be conscious.
Yeah,
and be
of others.
Yes, be aware for other people.
Yeah.
We have people that don't have strong immune systems as well. So,
Tanya Cheeseman says, I think some jobs may make it difficult to stay home when you don't feel well. And that's something we have to consider as well. Not all companies are good companies.
Why?
I would say this much. I know some people need jobs, but I personally could not say I'd work for a company like that. If an organization is more about being present and, job over your own personal health and the health of fellow employees, then that's probably not a good company to exist in this day and age, right?
The company I work for at this point has even given people hybrid days due to gas. So because gas is so high, and of course in Georgia and the US, it's a lot different than here. However, those are the things that you have to think of. And it's like, why? We were able to work from home for several months. Why is that a problem now?
Well, playing devil's advocate, if it was customer facing, right? Let's say it's customer facing, a small company, and literally it's on rotation 3 people. And if one person's out, that puts a strain. If 2 people out, it can put a strain. So I know there's instances where smaller companies, to Tanya Cheeseman's point, may not be able to. Some of them may have to shut down if a few people are sick. And we see what the COVID pandemic has actually done to certain businesses. I mean, it obliterated like the restaurants, right? I mean, it's tough. It's tough. And I sympathize.
Yeah. I was going to say, you will see in restaurants where they have signs that please be, mindful that we are short staffed and things may take a little bit longer. And so to your point, I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Folks, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Bermuda recording its first case of monkeypox? I want to go back to last night because Michelle White said something. So last night with the TDH community, we played a bit of Bermuda trivia, Lend It, and actually was released by Customs and UPS yesterday. And the first edition should be in stores this weekend, right? Anyway, she said, be reminded that St. George's won last night also. And I don't even know.
You had a Somerset player on there too.
Well, I mean, the better sister of the two. But she was on St. George's.
I had to catch my finger just now.
Yeah. Check my WhatsApp status, see what she's talking about. But folks, we played Bermuda trivia. And I don't know if Maya done the final score count, but it was a slaughter.
It was a slaughter, Jamal. You got 18 and we got 13, I think.
Dude, I wasn't playing. I was just moderate.
Well, the other team got 18, we got 13. It wasn't a slaughter.
Well,
Let's be clear.
Larry Marshall Jr. talking about Sherry. Stop it. So I'm guessing it was a story.
Sherry with two R's, Larry. If we're going to talk about me,
Oh wow.
tell
Oh
me,
wow.
tell me, stop doing something.
All right, Sharika. As Phil would say. Tanya Cheeseman says lack of sick pay being provided even back to the jobs who may not be.
Yeah.
Renee Simmons and Nicole Walker, Sherry.
When people are enjoying themselves, all those precautions are lost. So don't get offended if someone reaches out for you. You just speak and keep it moving.
That's your
Yeah.
boots. You bet your boots.
Most people adult well until alcohol is involved. Let's not give the government any excuses to keep extending emergency powers and reintroducing restrictions. Have fun, but be safe. Yeah, right.
No. I mean, maybe just surrounded by some greatness because I wouldn't. I mean, I have great people around me, but I'm just saying I don't think the majority of us adult well. I don't. I mean, alcohol does make it worse, but
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Well, Larry Moss Jr. actually said they got every single question right. Is that true? Because I remember they said that.
I think they got one wrong.
Okay. No, don't make Aunt Karen come in here because she
I'm
was.
sure she'll be.
Folks, look, Karen Simmons, if in the audience every day, do not mess with her when it comes to Bermuda trivia. She was competitive. She would, folks.
I've known Karen for a very long time, and it's about right.
Yeah. Hadley and Stevenson Swan says, we had a blast period. I love each of you, but Jamal the best.
Oh my gosh, I have video.
We love you too. Thank you. Let's bring Liana in. Liana and this hype thing had people believe in something different. Let's bring Lee in. Good morning, Lee. How are you?
Good morning, guys. First and foremost, I apologize for not being able to make it last night. Sherry, that's supposed to be our moment that we met as well. It was supposed to be a collective thing,
You
but
guys
unfortunately, I couldn't be there. Jamal, I see you all the time.
No, I didn't know you. Honestly, I literally did not know you guys had never met because you
We've
had mutual friends.
What
seen each
said
other.
this publicly?
Yeah, we've seen each other in past, but we've never
Never, like actually. Hi,
Right.
Sherry.
You
Nice
guys
to
were
meet
both
you.
at the radio station together, though, right?
We
No,
passed.
I came after Sherry.
Yes.
I'm literally like,
Really?
yeah, I don't remember you guys ever saying.
Oh my
You said it on
goodness.
her.
Audience, I think that Jamal's having a little, I don't know if it's heat. I don't
No,
know what's
I tell
getting
you
to
guys,
him right now.
no, I used to drink a lot, and my
Memory?
alcohol, but it's been 3 years. It should be better. It should be cleared up. But Lee, obviously you're going to talk about monkeypox, right?
I am, but I had to wear my St. George's colors today
Yes.
because I heard, there was a certain somebody coming on to the
Yeah,
show. So
yeah.
I needed to represent.
Yeah.
We
we
see you, Sherry, but
we try to treat all guests, with too much respect. We have the president on, we have Mr. Cop Match. It's hard having these conversations, but balance is important.
the balance is important. You know what? We're not biased.
Yeah,
We
no,
show
we're not.
sportsmanship.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You wasn't there last night, Liana.
I
No.
wasn't.
Lee,
I don't know what was said. I don't know.
Lee, before we go to the news break, I just need to say this. Lee, can you tell people that when we got our photo shoot done last year that you were standing on a box next to me?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jamal.
Wow. Over to
Yeah.
you. Over to you, Lee. She used to be one of my favorites,
It used to
That's
be.
snitching.
Over to you, Liana.
Thanks, Jamal and Sherry, and good morning and TGIF to everyone that's tuned in with us today. I hope you all are having a great start to this fantastic Friday. I'm Liana Lambert, and it's time for the Daily Hour News Break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Well, as we've heard, monkeypox, the virus, which is the part of the same family of the viruses as smallpox, has officially been detected on the island. The news spread like wildfire on WhatsApp chat groups and social media as health officials last night confirmed that the virus has been found in an unidentified patient who is said to be in isolation. Now, the Ministry of Health is investigating potential close contacts, as we know, and will notify anyone who may have been exposed. The virus, which causes flu-like illnesses and a rash, has spread in a string of communities outside Africa since a cluster of infections was identified in Britain in early May. Now, Acting Health Minister Jason Hayward said that monkeypox is rare, not life threatening, and Bermuda is well prepared to detect the disease and take suitable public health measures to prevent its spread. The ministry has provided guidance for primary care providers and that the Bermuda Molecular Diagnostics and Research Laboratory Lab has been on hand for sampling and handling. Now, the hospital has also made appropriate isolation of facilities to support the treatment. Now, those things to be aware of: monkeypox may take between 5 and 21 days for first symptoms to appear. Usually, the virus causes flu-like symptoms, meaning fever, chills, rash, and lesions on the face or genitals. Now, most people recover within several weeks without requiring hospital treatment. In other news, police have named Wednesday night's road fatality victim as 40-year-old Jamal Blakeney as the motorcyclist killed after a three-vehicle collision on Middle Road in Devonshire. Now, Mr. Blakeney was the son of former MP and Progressive Labour Party Cabinet Minister Glenn Blakeney. He was named as the island's 7th road fatality of the year. Now, a second motorcycle rider, understood to be a 27-year-old Pembroke man, apparently sustained a non-life-threatening arm injury in the late-night crash. The man was receiving hospital treatment at last check. Meanwhile, the taxi driver, described as a 75-year-old Devonshire man, was not injured at all. Police say that there were several people, mainly other bikes, present when the collision occurred, but they left before the arrival of police. They are asking for these witnesses to please come forward. Anyone who may be present when the accident occurred or who may have any information about this incident is asked to call 211 or the main police telephone number on 295-0011. And in remembrance of a co-worker, the public is advised that the Hamilton docks will close at 10 a.m. today to allow staff to pay their respects to longtime employee Robert Lowe. Now, Polaris Holding Company Limited said in a statement yesterday that an early closure at Steve Doring Services Limited is anticipated. The last container delivery will occur at 9:45 a.m. and services will resume on the next business day. Individuals or organizations can reach the services at 292-3366. Taking a look at today's weather, we have a high near 87 and a low near 79 degrees. We are welcoming a bright and sunny start to this day. Although there will be a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day, the Bermuda Azores high maintains dry and sunny weather for the next few days, meaning get ready, Jamal and Sherry, you're about to feel the heat. That's all for our daily hour news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Now let's head back to Jamal and Sherry in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you letting us know with that warning, because those who know me know I ain't about that life.
Oh my goodness, sitting down here, I started sweating. I was like, oh my God, on my shower day.
Welcome.
Real quickly, just want to touch on the loss of Jamal Blakeney, who was both a classmate of mine. His father was the person who kind of put me on, Glenn Blakeney, who's his father. And honestly, sincere condolences to Miss Blakeney, Glenn Blakeney, and Mr. Blakeney, and the entire family, Tamari, and all of them. It's never easy losing someone, especially in tragic circumstances. So just want to send love, comfort, everything out to them, the entire community out there at Spanish Point as well. Sorry, Sherry, go ahead.
Yeah. So days of the year, people around the world celebrate World Brain Day. So this is one of the most important annual celebrations in the world, as it helps raise awareness on an increasingly significant health issue, especially in our modern age. Brain health can refer to many prevention methods designed to help preserve both mental health and brain neurological health. As people have become increasingly more vulnerable to neurological issues, raising awareness of the issue is just as important. So celebrate World Brain Day. I think we take our brain for granted.
No, like my face, I went like this because I'm like, there's a day for everything. But for me, this might not be fun to people, but this is actually one of the most important that you've spoken of, because as she just said, we take it for granted. Like it's something that the snap of our fingers, things can change regardless of age.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to also notice that we don't use that, like we only use a percentage of our cerebral capacity, right? So,
Mhm.
take this time to even fill that brain with more knowledge and everything.
You know,
More knowledge and say that again.
I'm got a brain joke.
Oh gosh. I hope it has nothing to do with Pinky and the brain.
No, it has everything to do with people who were red during this time of year just don't use the right side of theirs. But anyway, look,
That was so dry.
I'm just saying, everybody else.
And you came up short.
Everybody, wow, still got the short jokes. Liana,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
in your blue, you look fantastic in your blue. Have a wonderful
Thank you very
weekend.
much. Thank you. You as well. You guys have a great weekend. See you
All
soon.
right. All right, Liana Lever, folks. We've got Mr. Cup Match, Janeiro Tucker, coming up after this. Do not go anywhere. Sherry and her rude self. My goodness, what are we going to do with her, folks?
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Karen, a nurse at the old folks home. These long hours used to kill my feet until my hairdresser told me about a great place to buy a pair of clogs. Medical House. Finally, relief. They also carry uniforms in bright, bold colors, and not to mention the support stockings.
Karen, Miss Salter's bet her bet again.
Oh gosh, these days, I need all the support I can get.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. Sherry Van Poel, I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed on our website so you don't miss a chance for updates, prizes, promotions, and more. Also, if you're on the go and you can't watch, that's okay. Download the BCG Radio app. You can listen to us every time we go live. The app's available for Android and those Apple devices. Without further ado, let's bring in our guest for the day. We've got Janeiro Tucker, former Cup Match, I'm going to say, player, and the leading. I don't, as I said to the president of SUMSA, I don't see anyone catching this in my lifetime. I plan on going another 40, 50, 60 years. Eat and run. In Cup Match history, Janeiro Tucker. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning.
Morning. How you this morning?
Morning.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Janeiro.
How are you?
I'm wow. On this Somerset day.
Very much Somerset Day. Champions again, isn't it?
Yes.
Some shows just make me feel so uncomfortable. I wish, Larry or Phil might have been in the house with me, but that's neither here or there. But we've got to talk about Cup Match. But before we get into Cup Match, you've been what I love about what I've read about you over the last couple of weeks is you have used your cricketing, utilized your knowledge of cricket, your experience at cricket to give back to the community. Speak to us about the inaugural cricket tournament or match that was held at Southampton Rangers earlier this year. I think it was in honor of 2 gentlemen.
Yes, it was. It was in honor of 2 of my cousins, matter of fact, plus, and Ranger stewards, Jason Rana, Gary Crofton. It came about whereas I got a phone call where a friend of mine was saying they had had enough of soccer and they wanted some cricket to be played. So there was like, why don't you have a little game, a little 20-20 game with Rangers and maybe another club team. So I thought about it, and there's like, well, why don't you just make it a memorial game? So as the thought went on, in about a day later, I came up with an idea of having a six-a-side tournament in honor of Jason and Gary. And in about 3 weeks, it was put together, whereas I had organized 8 teams, six-a-side, and the community was very much for it. So that's what, in 3 weeks, that's what we done in 3 weeks.
That was interesting. You're right, though. Whoever said to you, like, we have all these small six-a-side football tournaments. You don't even consider cricket. So that's legendary. Sorry, Sherry.
No, that's fine. No, because I'm like sitting here saying the absolute same thing. Janeiro, you've also collaborated with the Bermuda College for the selection process / criteria and the collaboration with the Department of Workforce Development. Tell us more about this.
With the college, I had contacted them because for me, I wanted to open up the scholarship in these two guys' names. And what I did was I contacted them, asked them the requirements and information for me to follow through with it. And they gave me all the information, what I had to write in, just to get certain things to get going. And what I done was my criteria was a little different, because what I want to do is I want to do it for 18 to 24-year-olds. I don't really want it to be for people that's, a little older, because we are losing a lot of our young men to gang violence and just to the street. So my idea was 18 to 24. And as you know, Gary was an electrician, and I want to open up to tradesmen again. Jason was a mason, he was maintenance, he done everything. So for me to contact the college and find out if they have these type of, classes to offer, that's what I did. And I have got a lot of good feedback about it. And hopefully the people that apply for it, I think they have until next month to apply for the scholarship to get a full scholarship in Jason and Gary's name as electrician or whatever tradesman they look forward to, they want to do,
Brilliant.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Let me just expand on that just a little bit, Janeiro. Like, how important is it for you, for cricket, to kind of grab that age group? How important are the scholarships and everything for that particular age group of 18 to 24 when you talk about these young men who are being lost to gang violence?
I think it's very important. Us as community individuals, we need to help out our community and Bermuda as a whole. So the idea was very attracted to me so that I can help somebody. I mean, as you say, we are losing a lot of young men to different things, to the street, to the violence. So for me to help out and cricket as a whole to help out, it means a lot to me, because, I'm a cricket fanatic. And when it comes to cricket, I like to help out in any way I can, whether it's coaching or just helping somebody to get ahead in life. And the idea of coming up with that, and with these two gentlemen that we have lost in this pandemic, has really opened up my eyes to see that, I can help somebody or help somebody's family in the name of these two young gentlemen that we lost in the pandemic. I mean, we didn't lose them to COVID, but we lost them in hard times that we are going through in the last 2 years. So for me to be able to put back in any way I can within cricket, it means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to their families.
Yeah, we're losing people, it's unfortunate. But talk to us about, there's an upcoming golf fundraiser at Turtle Hill, Fairmont Southampton Golf Course. What is this fundraiser about?
This fundraiser is about the same thing. To see, right now, I'm probably in the process for 2 gentlemen or young men that's going to apply for the scholarship. But my main goal is try to get as much people as possible. So we came up with a golf tournament, which we want to do yearly. So we're going to do the cricket in April yearly, and then we want to do the golf in November the 19th. So we're looking to do 2 things a year to raise as much money as possible to, like I said, help out with the scholarship and help as many young men as possible to get ahead and get off the street, because when you look at tradesmen in Bermuda, we really don't have that anymore. We are losing the tradesmen, everything. And for me to help out the young men to become electrician, carpenter, AC, whatever it is, like I'm just willing to help out. And so I just think that the golf tournament, and everybody loves to play golf. So I think the golf tournament will be very, energetic for guys to come out and enjoy themselves,
Yeah. So true. Now, you've been retired from Cup Match as a player for quite a few years now. It's okay.
2016.
Yeah. How much do you miss being out there as a player?
I mean, I miss it a little, but I think the heat has a serious factor, which I don't miss, But as we all know, as you get older, it comes a time where you got to get off the stage and allow other people to come on and sing their songs. And 2016 was my last hurrah, my last song. And I thought it was the right time for me to step down because I thought Somerset was heading in the right direction with their youngsters. They had enough people who could fulfill my gap with me leaving. So for me, it was the right time for me to sing my last song and allow the youngsters to come on and sing their new songs.
Yeah.
It reminds me, first off, I'm about to go here. Any politicians out there hear what the man said? You gotta know when to get off the stage. But no, one of the athletes, I remember people speaking about Muhammad Ali. He was the greatest, but his biggest mistake was that he kept going too long. And it eventually cost him quality of life later on. I remember that. But it's interesting you say that because there were many people. You ended on a high, right? You could have felt like you could have kept going. That said, you obviously are still involved in the game of cricket. Just the other day, the president of Somerset noted you as a coach with Jacan, one of the coaches of Somerset Cricket Club. Well, there's been a lot of criticism, especially on social media amongst certain fans of different teams, saying that the standard of cricket is poor. What are your thoughts on the state of the game in Bermuda right now?
I mean, I agree. I don't think the state of cricket, the quality of cricket is at a high level that it used to be. But us as coaches and individuals that are involved in cricket, we need to make sure that we change that. We have to now get out there and we need to start at a grassroots age. Whereas now we don't really have too many quality players, you know what I mean? So for us to get quality back, we need to start off at a young level and teach the young fellas how to play the game, how to respect the game, and just how to maintain their own good ability and level of cricket, I mean, when you look over the world, you probably on Instagram, you see a little 7-year-old playing like a 20-year-old, you know what I mean? And that's what we don't have in Bermuda. We don't push our youngsters. And I don't like to say this, but we baby up the youngsters and allow them to stay inside and play PlayStation all day. I mean, when I was young, my mother had to bribe me to come inside. Nowadays, you have to bribe these kids to go outside, which don't make no sense to me, but we have to find some way to get them back out and into cricket and in sports in general.
Indeed. If you have any questions or comments for Janeiro, please send them through. I'll try to get through as many as possible. As stated, you're a coach now. You obviously probably have a bias when it comes to Cup Match. I mean, I don't know why you'd have a bias, but Somerset's been quite dominant probably over the last decade or so since 2012. What does the team need to do to maintain that momentum this year?
Don't give out all these secrets, Janeiro. Just a little.
Well, first of all, you can't be so complacent. I mean, yes, they have been dominant for the last 10 years. But when you look at St. George's, they're improving year in, year out. I mean, we have to make sure that we don't get complacent and we continue to do the things that we coach at Somerset during Cup Match. You know what I mean? So we can't just say, oh, we've been the winners for the last 10 years. We're going to win this year. Because no team's going to come and just lay on and allow you to just take over and be dominant. I'm sure St. George's is going to come and, with a game plan, which they should, because if you don't come with a game plan, then you don't stand a chance of beating Somerset. But at the end of the day, they have a couple quality players that can change the game. So my thing is to Somerset is don't be so complacent, and you have to go out there and play the game on the day. And that's how I look at it. Play on the day. You do the right things and you will win.
Yeah, we've got a couple of questions. Michelle White says, effort has been made to hire specialists, etc., to train cricket national team and community teams too, I think. Yet we still do not have a quality product. I think you kind of answered it, but I don't know if you want to take another stab at this.
I mean, yes, we need to make sure that we get the quality coaches in. Quality coaches make quality players. I mean, for instance, Goslogi. Look when Goslogi came to Bermuda and the state that Bermuda was in. When Goslogi transformed Bermuda, we went to the World Cup in 2 to 3 years. So obviously, the coaching at a higher level makes quality players, and then you train like a professional, then you play like a professional. So I think that's what we need to encourage in the sport.
Yeah. And Larry Marshall Jr., you kind of spoke on this as well. He's asking, do you think enough cricket is being played at the junior level?
No, I do not think so. I think what I do see in cricket is that we need to be more realistic. And I said this a couple times, is that when we're playing youth cricket, I think the youth should be playing with a cricket ball, not a rubber ball. Because when you're young and you get hit with a ball, you're cool with it. But if you're playing with a rubber ball and then you go 12, 13, you get hit with a cricket ball, what happens? You say that ball's too hard and you stop. And I think that's what a lot of kids, once they get older and they get hit by the ball at an older age, they stop playing. That's why they have pads, they have gloves, they have helmets, they have all the equipment. So if you use the equipment at a young age, as you get older, it's just going to be a normal thing.
That's a good point. Okay. Didn't even consider that. Traveling Trotter is asking, how would you address the fact some players would prefer to play for their county teams instead of their country? I mean, we've had times where international games taking place during cup match as well, but what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that we have that a lot, because at the end of the day, county is more important than country to them, because they have more of the following when it comes to their county. I mean, you look at St. David's last week, the amount of people that follow the Eastern County, but you don't get too much people follow a Bermuda game or a regular cricket game. You go to a regular cricket game on a Sunday, you got about 50 people. So county is, I guess, is their lives when it comes to that. I mean, when you look at family orientation, everything, the camaraderie between the teams, it's just something that they look forward to. But me personally, I prefer country over county.
It's interesting, and I just want to go back because I don't want people to forget some of the most important stuff you spoke about today. Obviously well known for most catches, most runs, Mr. Cup match, but how you're utilizing your experience as a cricketer to give back to the community, like this is what a community is. This is what we all should be. This is what I think would make Bermuda a better country and a better place. And, we know that's a lot going on. We're losing people in the roads. We're losing people to violence, right? But these are the things that are going to help us in a better space. So I know we're talking cup match now, but I really want to make sure people realize, look, we go, we enjoy the cricket game, we drink, you have fun, whatever. But this man who you've been supporting and you celebrate, this man's actually utilizing the game he loves and breathes to make his country better and provide opportunities, right, for people. And we see it, politicians say it all the time. Chris Famous is big. There's not enough people in the trades. Using cricket to get people in the trades through scholarships. I just want to ensure that we all understand how important this is to our community, the work that is being done. And I think we should celebrate him for these efforts as much as we do the exploits against my team, St. George's, but his cup match exploits as well. Daniel Woods actually says, kudos to Janeiro for all that he does within the Southampton Rangers community. You're appreciated, mate. And Karen Simmons, she's asking, Janeiro, are you involved in the Bermuda Cricket Board at the executive level, focused on the youth players? If not, why?
No, I am not. Me personally, I would like to do more of my own, how to put it, my own coaching within, I guess, my own things, because me, I educate myself when it comes to cricket. I do all my own coaching courses. I pay for them. And for me to, I would love to get back to the cricket board, but I just think for me, it's not the time. And right now, because I still have my own goals that I have set that I want to accomplish in cricket myself. So right now, the cricket board is not for me. I have other things that I want to, like I said, accomplish in cricket and start my own stuff.
That's fair. That's fair. Michelle White, one last one. For community and developing players, is the larger issue that cricket is considered part-time? In general, are the players aware of sports scholarships and want to work hard to better for self?
Well, for me, it's always something out there in sports. Once you do good, people will always come to you, gravitate to you, and offer you certain things to better yourself. I just think that us as sportsmen, we don't realize that. And an older fellow always told me, you do good in sports, everything in life will come a little bit easier. Whether you want to go to the bank, get a loan, you want to buy a car, whatever it is, it's always sports will always take you to a new place, and you have to just pay attention and do the right thing with it.
Yeah, sure.
No, I was going to say that I do understand that mini cup match was played just recently, and I believe Somerset won. There have been said that mini cup matches also can tell you what's going to happen on the big stage. Do you believe that?
Oh my goodness.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. I believe it, but I don't concentrate on the mini cup matches to be affiliated with the senior cup matches.
Okay. But we want to shout out to all the youth that participated. And I love that it seems to be evolving into a much bigger thing amongst the mini cup match players. And with all of that said, I appreciate that part too.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
just think that we need to keep the youngsters playing cricket. That's all. We need to keep them playing cricket and involved.
Indeed. Janeiro, honestly, thank you for coming on. Please, before you go, just let people know how they can learn more about the programs that you have going on if they want to get involved in the cricket tournament that you're having, or the golf fundraiser. Just let them know how they can learn more or contact you.
Okay, yes. We have an email at jngscholars@gmail.com. They can send an email to that, or they can contact me on 335-8689. And also, one more thing about the cricket match for next year. Next year's cricket match, we're going to do a 2-day, the 29th and 30th. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably have a little bit more teams. And on the Sunday, we're going to do our semifinals and finals to make it, we're going to try to make it bigger and better for next year.
All right. But, that's in April or?
April 29th and 30th.
Okay, cool. Nice. This sounds like it's going to be an annual classic in itself, folks. Janeiro,
yes, it is.
Mr. Cotton Match, thank you so much, brother. Really appreciate it. And hopefully we can get you on closer to that time as well to speak about, signing up and the excitement in the lead up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Have a great one.
Bye, Shay.
All right, Janeiro Tucker, Mr. Cotton Match. Folks, if you appreciated that conversation, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Honestly, man, we spoke about Cotton Match, but what he's doing in the community is everything. We're going to give away quite a few things. A case of Heineken Zero. We're going to give away some towels, some mugs. Do not go anywhere, folks. We will be back. No, you can't win anything, Sherry. It's not happening.
Really? What? We're not giving out. Okay, towels, mugs. Okay.
A case of Heineken Zero. Yeah, that's
okay.
All right.
I need to get somebody to do my hashtag.
We'll be right back. No cheating, Sherry.
A lot happens around your home. That is why at One Communications, we have introduced affordable security and video monitoring, because everyone should be able to afford to protect their family. Anytime, from anywhere, One Home Security keeps you connected and puts security in your hands with an easy-to-use smartphone app to control everything. Home security is important to keep you and your family safe. Motion-activated cameras around your home and security monitoring within create a complete security system providing protection both inside and outside your home. Professional monitoring means that there's someone on call with 24/7 protection to notify the authorities and help keep you and your loved ones safe. We are dedicated to whole home protection with indoor and outdoor cameras, smart door locks, motion sensors, and more, so you'll always be connected to what matters most. With professional installation, no upfront hardware fees, and low monthly rates, because keeping your family safe should be affordable for everyone. Total home video monitoring and security, there's no better way to protect your home than with One Home Security.
I'm part of the SSCP, giving us opportunities to go out and sell, which is what I'm doing today.
One of the most important things I learned in the SSCP is that failure is just a part of being an entrepreneur.
As a vote community, then you can't go anywhere, can you? I just believe it's a really beautiful and amazing experience for everybody.
A lot of late nights being up, trying to finalize things, especially for me.
You don't have to do everything at once. Little steps is the key to success.
They helped me go through every step of the way.
It has helped me gain more confidence, so that's one thing.
I'm Marley Spriggs and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Joshua Allen and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Trey Robertson Richards and I am an entrepreneur. My name is Namira Rayner and I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Vincent Darrell and I am an entrepreneur.
I'm Shayla Swan and I'm an entrepreneur.
I am Sophia Pasinhan. I am an entrepreneur.
My name is Zion and I'm a young entrepreneur.
All right, welcome back to the big show. Thanks again to One Communications, Medical House, People's Pharmacy, and Lindos. And thanks again to Mr. Copnet, Janeiro Tucker, for stopping by for a community conversation today. Again, if you appreciated today's conversation, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Also, if you haven't registered, well, you didn't register for the TDH community, you missed out on last night's fun. Sherry.
Yes.
I'm going to show you this because that's Bermuda trivia there. That's Bermuda
yeah.
trivia.
You know,
your team lost last night.
We did, but it was outside of that, Jamal. The whole concept of the game is really cool. So I can't wait for it to be released and for everybody can get into it. But yeah, it's very competitive, Karen.
Yeah. Honestly, folks, it was a meet and greet last night. Again, if you want to sign up and we want to be a part of community empowerment. Last night we just had fun. I want to share some stuff. So Hadley and Stevenson Swan, she's funny. Like she's fun. She is hilarious. She didn't interrogate us. She interviewed us. She asked us some like what goes on backstage, like how Sherry yells at me and stuff, and what do we do when we get off? And she asked some of the backstage questions, and it was a lot shared, and everyone answered. It was cool. So, folks, if you want to be a part of these conversations, just go register to be a part of the TDH community. We'll be doing a lot of different stuff to help us become better people. Like, to be honest, what Janeiro is doing. Like, that's the stuff. That's the empowerment. What are you laughing at, Sherry?
Because one of her questions was like, so, what do you have on from the waist down? I was like, wow.
She did ask. And
today is about a day for me, but in Atlanta, it's a whole situation.
Yeah. Rosalind Famous says, Karen Simmons says, Hadeline was a great interviewer last evening. I learned a lot. Rosalind Famous says, I hope you interview the makers of Bermuda Trivia one day. Well, yeah, that is quite possible. You guys are. Let's first giveaway, right? Well, you know what? Let's do the daily play first. All right, time for the daily play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol, and Bermuda Trivia. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game and why it's such a competitive thing. Sherry, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Were you shocked at Bermuda Trivia that Maya didn't know certain things like the area code thing?
So that was shocking, and also how competitive Maya
Oh,
was.
man.
Yeah, and how very controlled Bruce was, Hadleen's husband. He
Oh,
was very, very analytical.
he wanted to give everything. He's a lawyer. I was like, hold up, you got a lawyer on a team. You got anyway. Yeah, it was
Anyway,
great. It was
but
just great.
yes,
Sherry, you ready for today's question?
sure, Jamal.
All right. All right. Here we go. Obviously, Janeiro Tucker, we know, is the leading run maker in the cup match history. Has the most runs in the history of the game. How many runs did Janeiro Tucker score in his cup match career?
Oh my God, really? Janeiro, tell me on the side.
How many runs did he score?
I don't know. In his whole career? A century? No, that's I don't
Scored more
know.
than a century in the game.
I
Audience, do you know the answer? Nobody knows. That means everyone's Googling. Janeiro Tucker actually scored 1,491 runs.
I was gonna say 1,000 something. I really was.
That's not saying something. That could be 1,000 to 1,900.
I know, but I still was gonna be
That's not fair.
1,400
Some people took a stab at it. Some 500 plus. Come on, Auntie Karen.
on your
No, he's just under 1,500. 1,491 runs. So just 9 short.
But who knows that? But okay.
Oh, hey, Bermuda trivia, folks. These are the kind of things that you need to know. Bermuda trivia. Look, let's do a giveaway, Sherry, while we wrap it up.
Okay.
The hashtag. No, he scored 186 in one cup match. The amount of runs he scored in the history of cup match, not the record.
Come on, Selena.
That's the record he has in one game, but he has multiple records, so I understand you. Hashtag cup match. We're going to give away a case of Heineken Zero first. That's going to be the first giveaway. But let's wrap up today. Let's talk about monkeypox and obviously Janeiro's work, Sherry.
Okay. In regards to monkeypox, we just definitely have to govern ourselves. We already know history has already told us what can happen in the future if we don't do so. So make sure you're washing your hands, keeping your distance in regards to people. And again, we don't want the government to have to govern what we already should be able to do for ourselves. As far as Janeiro, his Mr. Cup match, Mr. Somerset, he could do no wrong right now, right? But at the same token, we love that he is giving back to his community and wants to provide things for young men in that age bracket of 18 to 24 and to bring back those trades. It's awesome what he's doing with his platform.
I just want to reiterate what Sherry said earlier. Folks, just be responsible, be respectful, and we can get through this much easier than COVID. As far as Janeiro, like I said, this is community. This is why these are the things that are going to help our community in the short and long term. I appreciate what he's doing. He could be off just enjoying life and living off of his greatness as a cup match legend. He's chosen to inspire people through the game he loves, but also the death of his family member. So thank you to Janeiro for that. Let's bring in, we're going to give away a case of Heineken Zero first, Sherry. Let's do this.
All right.
Who's going to get that case of Heineken Zero? Let's go.
I know, Auntie Karen wants it.
She already got hers, right?
I know.
All right, here we go. Heineken Zero. Tanya Cheeseman. All right. Folks. If you win today, you must pick up your stuff by Monday. So you need to send an email to engage@thedailyhour.com. Right now, you must pick up your winnings by Monday. So make arrangements today, pick them up by Monday. I can't be any more clear than that. So Tanya, send that email. Heineken Zero. We're going to give away a mug and towel now. All right. So let's do it again. A mug and towel. Here we go.
Mug and towel. Come on.
Here we got. All right, big money.
No Emmys.
Oh,
no way.
Mug and towel. We're gonna do another one, but mug and towel and Heineken Zero. Tanya Cheeseman, do that in your email. All right, there she goes.
Tanya's got a whole package.
Let's go. Let's do it again. Mug and a towel. Who we got? Come on, Tanya Cheeseman. If you do this again, boy. Yeah. Sam Cat plays a mug. So we're talking the travel mugs or the regular mugs. You'll get your choice. All right, and let's do one more. Sam Cat plays. You know the drill. You've been a lot on this show too. Send an email. Let's do one more, Sherry. Let's see who's gonna get lucky.
One more.
Let's do it. All right. Who we got? Tall in the mug. Who we got?
Come on.
All right.
Marcia!
This is the better sister, folks. Okay.
Jamal.
I keep saying it loud. Marcia is Sherry's sister, so she was at the event last night. It was such a pleasure seeing you again, Marcia. Please, Marcia, send that email, and we'll do one more. I'm feeling good. Like I'm feeling like Oprah today.
I see that, Jamal.
Send that.
You're not so grumpy today.
Call me all these names, folks. Grumpy, all this stuff. Chicarena, all right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, folks, send your emails as soon as possible. We'll be doing more giveaways on Monday, so you're not out of luck. Sherry, you've got some daily inspiration for us?
I do. We all die. The goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that will. And that's from Chuck Palahniuk.
You know what? And that's what Janeiro Tucker's doing.
Exactly. I felt the same thing. I was like,
Yeah, that's what Janeiro Tucker's doing. I just want to say to everyone, being in Bermuda, from the time you arrive in customs and people, are you a guy from the show, to you just going places and embracing people who support this show in person last night, a big, honest thank you. We really, really do appreciate your support. It's hopefully between now and the time I leave, I get to see more of you and engage. And remember, there's monkeypox, so a big from afar is okay. But honestly, we can't thank you enough. We really appreciate you. So thanks again to our partners, Medical Wells, One Communications, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you so much for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Sherry Vanderpool. I'm Jamal Hart, and my friends, make it a safe and a great weekend. All right, Sherry.
Yes.
That's some music for you. We're out, folks. Take that flag down. We're out.